Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Overture from WTFradio.me. I'm sitting here talking to Tom Seaborn. Tom, what kind of health tip do you have for us today?
Jeff, I was just talking with an interviewer from U.S. News and World Report, and boy, there's some great new information I'd like to share with your listeners.
Cool.
Okay, so here we go. We were meant to be hunters-gatherers. We were meant to move, but sitting all day is deadlier than smoking. We've already discussed that.
Right.
We're going to talk about all of the negative effects of sitting, and they could Google, your listeners could go to U.S. News and World Report and just type in Tom Seaborn to get the article, but if they'd rather just listen, they can just listen to what we're going to talk about today. But first of all, your strength decreases, and the way they figured this out, this is cool. They put electrodes in these guys' underwear to see the EMG activity of muscle, and the muscles in the hips, quad, glutes, hamstrings, literally atrophy. So that's number one. Second, VO2 max. That means how much oxygen you can get to your muscles per minute per kilogram of weight that you have. That decreases, so your endurance will go down the tubes. And because you're sitting, your bone density will decrease because muscles are no longer pulling on tendons that attach to bones, so bone density for both men and women decreases. Flexibility goes down the drain because your hip flexors get short and tight, and then that causes back pain, and that increases postural problems and low back compression. So it's a huge snowball effect there. You lose your fast twitch muscle fibers, and we've discussed this before. These are the fibers that you need to run to catch a bus or to jump or any kind of sport activity. Those muscles atrophy. Those are called type 2B fibers. They go away. Your metabolism decreases, and nobody wants to hear that. When you're sitting, you just burn about 1 calorie per minute. So you've got to stand up. You've got to move. Your blood sugar will go up, and this is one reason probably that there is so much type 2 diabetes in this country. Prolonged sitting, meaning people who sit 7 to 9 hours a day, their blood sugar is going to stay stagnant instead of that blood being shunted to the muscles for activity. Sitting too long also decreases your brain power. So, if you're a good employer, you're going to allow your people to stand up occasionally and move to get more oxygen to the brain. If you've ever heard, Jeff, of the piriformis muscle, it's a muscle underneath the hip that causes what's called sciatica. And this muscle becomes inflamed, and a lot of people develop this nerve problem that can affect their whole lower body. So, again, you got to get out of the chair.
So where is that muscle again? Is it around the sciatic nerve, beside it, or how does that work?
Excellent question. It's beside it, but some people, the sciatic nerve actually runs right through it. And sitting is the worst thing, especially if you're sitting with a big wallet in your pocket. If you have a wallet, that can be pressing directly on that piriformis and into the sciatic nerve. Generally, your inflammation levels, as measured through what's called C-reactive protein, will decrease if you're active throughout the day. But if you're just sitting there all day long, your CRP, and now you may have heard the latest research, it's not all about cholesterol anymore. It's about how much inflammation you've got going on in your body, and that's measured by CRP. And sitting is the worst thing as far as increasing your CRP. The enzymes that actually break down fat, they drop by 90% if you're sitting all day long. Your good cholesterol drops 20%. And if you're sitting 6 hours a day, that makes you 40% likelier to die within 15 years. Sitting makes you fat. Again, that's all about the metabolism. It slows your metabolism. You're going to have more lower back pain, disc disease, neck pain, and knee pain. You'll be more likely to develop colon cancer because when you move, that increases transit time, meaning from the time you eat something till you expel it. And even if you do work out an hour a day, as we've discussed on previous shows, that's not enough because let's say you go to the gym for an hour, but then you sit for the rest of the time, 8 hours or 9 hours, then you're still going to develop a lot of these debilitating effects. So you need to get your blood pumping. You need to get the blood pumping to the organs. And in fact, fidgeting is one way some of your listeners can get started. So even if they're just sitting in their chair and just kind of lifting their toes off the floor, just moving, just doing something to move. Because if they're in a stationary position, it's what we've termed before as inertia. It's hard to move if you're seated all day, but if you can keep moving, even at your desk. Like right now, I'm sitting on a stability ball. Last time we talked, I was sitting on my exercise bike. So as much as you can, try to avoid just sitting.
Well, you know,
Now, go ahead.
I just made a desk, or making a desk, that has the whole, it's higher, and plus
Yes.
three people can get their legs underneath it. So I made a desk so that I could get a bike or one of those bike stands, or get a recumbent bike underneath it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
They, you can buy them. There's all kinds of different companies. One company is called FitDesk. There's a zillion companies all that are jumping on this because, and they're charging a fortune, Jeff. You should just market these. I mean, there's one company that it'll raise a platform above your desk where you can put your computer on it, and they're charging $500 for that. So, you get out there and market it. My latest book, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Quick Total Body Workouts, what people are jumping on that because what they're finding is that these little quick workouts throughout the day, and in fact, Jeff, I think that's going to be the future of working out. I think right now it's, everybody goes to the gym for an hour and they think they're done. But as we just mentioned, it's not enough. And these little 15-minute or even 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 30 seconds, these short workouts are what I think are going to eventually replace the going to the gym type of workouts.
Right. Well, that might do away with desk altogether someday when they have voice recognition and you can actually do your functions verbally and stay active the whole time that you're working. That might be something that might happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the way we're deteriorating, our bodies were meant to move and we're not moving. And the human body is just deteriorating, like it's going down bad, fast. And if people don't do something, then, as I mentioned, all those different maladies are going to happen to them.
Right. Well, let's get back a little bit where you're talking about the slow metabolism and the sitting and all that stuff about your muscles. Do you notice it when you're getting in and out of a chair? In other words,
actually, that's a great exercise. Just getting in and out of the chair would be an excellent exercise to help curb that metabolic slowdown. I may have mentioned on a previous show that after age 25, you lose about a half a pound of muscle a year just because of your inactivity. And that half a pound of muscle lost translates into a 2.6 pounds of fat weight gain. So in 10 years, a person could gain 26 pounds of fat, even if they're eating the same that they did in high school and college. And in 20 years, that's 52 pounds of fat. And it's all because of metabolic slowdown. So, getting in and out of the chair, pacing while on the phone, doing squats, half squats, just sitting on an exercise ball. The U.S. News and World Report article did a great job in just kind of making a synopsis of all we're discussing today. And, your readers are welcome to look at that.
Cool. Give everybody, so what's the name of the magazine and where do they get it? Is it sold everywhere?
Yeah, U.S. News and World Report. But my suggestion, if they want to see that article, just type in U.S. News and World Report and then just type in Tom Seaborn, and then the article will pop up.
Cool. All right, Tom. Well, I appreciate your input today. I know I learned a couple of things. I feel guilty sitting here now.
Well, thanks again for having me. And, you get out of that chair and develop that fit desk thing, and I get 10% because I gave you the idea.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks very much, Tom.
All right, Jeff. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.